Duiko Diwa, Christina Snider-Ashtari, Wato Xiao, Menyil Makamo. Good evening, everybody. My name is Christina Snider-Ashtari. I'm a member of the Dry Creek Rancheria Band of Pomo Indians, and I'm Menyil Kauna, people of the Westwater, and Makamo, people of the Salmon Hole. And I'm from a tribe that's up in Sonoma County, California. I'm also a former Bruin. I guess you're a Bruin for life, though. But so really, I'm just very jealous of your crown. And I'm going to attempt to beat it, and we'll see how that turns out. But I also serve as the Governor's Tribal Affairs Secretary here in California. That means I oversee all things with California tribes. I also oversee all things Native American affairs. And I also oversee international relations with other Indigenous peoples across the globe. So Maori people in New Zealand, Indigenous people in Australia, Indigenous people in Canada, kind of Indigenous people everywhere. So we are here today to talk a little bit about all the cool stuff that you're all doing. But before we do that, I want to have Loretta, my partner in crime, introduce herself as well.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Loretta Miranda. I am a descendant of the Morongo Band of Mission Indians, which is located in Southern California near the Palm Springs area. I am also an attorney. So before this, I worked as general counsel for the Group Tribe up in Northern California. And I have been serving as Deputy Tribal Affairs Secretary and Special Counsel for almost 4 years now.
So we're here in Sacramento. Tomorrow is the Native American Heritage Parade, but we wanted to get you all together here to see if we could learn a little bit more about what Indian royalty is. I think not a lot of people know what it is in California, and we thought it would be a really nice time while you're all up here for the parade to talk through what it is, what it means to your communities, why you have chosen to do it, and how you are expressing that obligation and that opportunity in your tribe, in your community, and in the world at large. So I'm going to ask you all a couple questions, and I think I'm just going to start off with, could you introduce yourself to us? Potentially tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your royal title? You can kind of say whatever you want for your intro, and I think we'll start on this end.
Okay, me?
Yeah.
Maritza, Barley, Amelia, Shemolians ku Ahanye, Kopa Kutanya Komanek, Butsits, Neomanets, Brown, Barley, Mofi, Yep and I, Marlon Barley Sr., and Thai Araceli Leroy. Yep, Napo emollients, Marlo Barley Sr., Stamatum Yep, and emollients, Marmine Brown. Stamatum Yep, she Fritz Brown, she Alice Brown. How are you, family and friends? My heart is happy you're all here. My name is Maritza Barley, and I come from the Quetzal and Kokopah tribes, and I am from Frog and Dove clans. I am from the Brown and Barley families, and I'm the proud daughter of Marlon Barley Sr. and Araceli Leroy. My paternal grandparents are Marlo Barley Sr. and the late Marvin Brown, and my great-paternal grandparents are the late Fritz and Alice Brown and Owen and Dolores Barley. And I'm the 2024-2025 Miss UCLA Powwow Princess, and I represent Native Americans attending higher education.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. Yate Shiketo Shidene, Sheaya Uriah Martinez Winche. Nato dene tatchin nishle to ohana basis chin ka is a sanantasiste, builds in the shanale ecotego chicken nishle. Tintata is shanahe, bishatena sha shamantos is a Pamela, Dona Martinez Willia at Shehead. Monahu and Anya ne Uriah Martinez, Nimanu Pai the Bolan Nikimandu, Nu Sawana Kwana Kimatomontu, Ehim Pamela Martinez, Ibit, Neil Martinez Inawa, Itogo Kiyazi, Arizona Wano Widu. Ima U Joanne White Nanyapuga, Ikuna U Eugene Martinez, Ikuti U May Martinez Nanyapuga, Ibuni Wasuya Diani Martinez, Iwanga Waboka Hunter Martinez. Hello, my name is Uriah Martinez. I am 19 years old. I come from Bishop, California, where the water flows. My clans are, I am of the Tobacco people, Red Running into the Water clan. Born for the near the water people, the many goats are my maternal grandfather's clan, and the Paiute people are my paternal grandfather's clan. My parents are Pamela and Neil Martinez. I have 4 siblings. I am the oldest of 5. My siblings are Wesley and Diani Martinez, and younger brothers Wolfwalker and Hunter Martinez. My grandparents are Pamela and not Pamela. My grandparents are Eugene Martinez and May Martinez and Kiyazi and Joanne White. And I am also the current Miss Bishop Paiute Tribe of 2024.
Amazing. Thank you.
Monafu Inani Me Sienna Fuller Numanu Paiakupoe Nu Kimadu. I Bia U Misty Fuller, I Nawa U Sean Fuller, I Hutse I Linda Fuller, and I Togo U Jack Jones. Hi everybody, my name is Sienna Fuller. I am Big Pine Paiute and Pima from Arizona, and my parents are Sean and Misty Fuller, and my paternal grandparents are Linda Fuller and Jack Jones. I am the 2024-2025 Miss Big Pine Paiute Tribe, and yeah.
We are from Emma, Neneto, Elka Waters J, Ben, Nemetumi Petacombis, Nehen Mokina, Nehen Eastem. Hello everybody, my name is Elka Waters J. I'm 17 years old. I come from the Morongo Band of Mission Indians, and I also come from the Coyote clan. I am this year's daughter of Morongo, and yeah, that's it.
And I think we both have some dragonflies. Someone made this one for me. This one too. Very nice. Thank you.
We clan Nenetu Amelia Resvaloso, Nishan Kuya, Suko Menyil Pachin Nikat. My name is Amelia Resvaloso. I'm Kuya. I am the Sukut Menyil princess for Martinez. I am 2022 to 2024 running, and in December my crown will be passed down. And then Nenetu Jayla, she's 10. She's also Kuya. She's from Torres Martinez too, and she's happy to be here.
Nice. Welcome. Okay. Well, can you guys tell me what it means to be Indian royalty? Like I said, I don't think a lot of people outside of Indian country know what this means. And so I think I'd like to hear from all of you what it means and what the process was for you to be able to become Indian royalty.
So I would like to say that a lot of the conception about pageantry and royalty kind of gets mixed into what America really sees as far as like Miss Universe or Miss Tennessee and things like that. And for Indian royalty, it just means something completely different. You are representing, something bigger than yourself, your family, your tribes, your ancestors, which is very important for us to mention. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. And, so just paying homage to them in all of our language and mentioning our great-grandparents and our grandparents, that is something that we carry with us as Native royalty, traveling to different gatherings and offering our community services as well. And just kind of paying that homage to your reservation that raised you. And just being that voice for your tribe and your people. So just representing your family, your tribe, your reservation, and also culturally exchanging with different tribes all around you has also been very important since time immemorial. We were always exchanging with each other, trading, and so that's very relevant today. And as, pageantry, as Native royalty, we take that with us and we carry that with us, and we're able to share our stories and share our goals and our platforms, on a larger scale.
Very awesome. How do you get selected at UCLA?
So UCLA, you have, you don't have to be a student there. It's open to all Native American students.
So I could do this.
Yes.
Yep. That's cool. And then yes.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a fee waiver. I feel like
I'll talk about them having a queen.
Nice. Queen Bruin.
Yeah.
Queen Bee for sure.
Yeah. So they open to all Native American students, and you submit your GPA has to be a certain level. You get recommendation letters.
And that also all counts as points, so towards how well you're going to do as far as what you're doing within your own schools, your communities, what your teachers have to say about you as well as a really, that really matters, because with the UCLA pageant, they really want to see, you being involved with the community and with the reservations, kind of letting them know that it is possible. I'm no exception. I grew up on the reservation, and pursuing higher education is possible, despite what you may face even as a Native youth, or what you go through. That's very possible. So it's with the pageant, it was in the course of 2 days, and there was 5 other girls, all from around California, and we, brought our talent forward. Traditionally, there was basket weaving. I did a traditional hand game of peon, which has been in my family for many generations. So just sharing that, and talking about what we want to do, what we want to change, why we want to be a royalty. And the next day, we do our traditional talent in front of the powwow. So it's a great way to bring the city together within the little community they have there, and to really just, pay attention and, learn about all the surrounding tribes in California, and, to be a princess.
Wonderful.
Uriah?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, I can repeat it many times. So what does it mean to be Indian royalty, and then what was the process in your community?
To me, to be a Native American princess, I've been it since I was in Head Start, so 4, and I've been doing it since now, really. I had little Head Start princess, junior UNR princess, Miss Nevada days, and then now I'm the tribal princess for my tribe. And I agree with Marta, it's the same thing as representing myself, my family, my community, my reservation on a larger scale, on not just being in my little reservation, just going out, representing at different events like this one right here, or going to powwows, gatherings of nations to represent there, meeting new indigenous royalty like everyone here really, and just putting out my tribe out there and representing my people, the new people, in the best way that I can. And the way that I had got here is I had to do a pageant in front of my community. There was 3 other girls that ran, and you have to be an enrolled member of the Bishop Paiute tribe to be Miss Bishop Paiute tribe. And so we had to run, and it was kind of a rush, I would say, this pageant. Normally I would have time to prepare for something. I'd see a prompt, or have a time to write an essay for a certain amount of months. This one was the same month. I got the prompts and got the thing, I had to write a speech. So I had to write my speech in that same month. I had to prepare a cultural presentation on that same month. So I prepared my knowledge on silversmithing. So I made a clip. I showed you guys that actually in 3 Creeks on me making a piece of jewelry and talking about the history on that on my family. And then my speech was discussing on how I would represent the Bishop Paiute tribe and what kind of projects that I would do, and who I would represent for, and basically be a name for. And I chose to be a representative for the youth for my category, or being princess this year. And we also had to wear our traditional attire, and this is actually the outfit that I wore for that pageant. This was the collar I didn't wear. It was gifted to me just recently by somebody in our valley. But yeah, that is the process that you have to do to become Miss Bishop Paiute tribe.
You would say, same question, I'll repeat it. What does it mean to be Indian royalty to you? And can you tell us a little bit about the process for your tribe?
Okay. For me, it means just, again, what they've already said, just representing my tribe out of the area and representing my family, and also being able to help them out with they're going through a rock. And the process for becoming Miss Big Pine is it's similar to Bishop. You had to write an essay explaining what it would mean to you to have this title and what you would plan to do during your time as royalty. You also had to represent your present your cultural talent. Mine was beadwork, so I showed the keychains and jewelry that I created, and I had to introduce myself and share my essay in front of a group.
Nice. Same question. What does that mean to be Indian royalty to you? And I'm thinking the answer is going to be the same for everybody, but I think let's just keep answering it. And can you tell us a little bit about the process for your tribe?
To me, to be Indian royalty, it's to be an ambassador for my tribe, to represent, go out, meet new people, get to converse with people, and share cultures. And
You don't need to apologize. How many parades have you been at? Just tomorrow?
my second one. Oh, yeah, I was in a small parade from my town.
The date coach parade's pretty big, don't
A stage. I was in that. And yeah, I like being an ambassador just because I get to represent my family, my community, people who aren't here anymore. And sorry.
You don't need to apologize. Take as much time as you need.
How I got to be daughter of Morongo, I had to submit an essay, and I've always been involved in my community and in my culture. I grew up on my reservation. Always been big like in the culture. I've helped at events at our museum on the res. Just different fiestas we hold, the Kewets. I've always helped like work those.
And the fiestas are the big community celebrations,
Yeah.
right?
We host those at our museum, and we do get a lot of people that get to go into those, so it is a great turnout all the time. So I had to submit an essay, and I had to be doing good in school. I was an involved member of my community. It's really all I
How many of you are there?
There's 4 of us, actually. So I'm the older division. There's a younger girl and 2 boys. There's an older division boy and a younger. They're the Warriors of Morongo.
Cool.
Yeah. So
And how long has that been around at Morongo?
the boys are new. They
They wanted to come here tonight. Loretta almost let them come. I almost let. No point, but not. But don't come.
yeah, they barely flew in.
Yeah, it was a scheduling conflict.
Yeah, so I'm glad I get to be here representing all of them. Such an honor.
And are you excited about tomorrow?
Yeah, I am really excited.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we'll move to the next person. Again, what does Indian royalty mean to you? And what was the process of becoming Indian royalty in your tribe?
So being a Native American princess, it means a lot. It means like being part of your community, going to events, representing your tribe, your people, your family. It's very special to have this crown. It holds a lot in everybody's eyes and in the youth. Like, you really represent the youth. You're there for them. You kind of teach them not to go the bad road in a way. I wouldn't say bad road, but just going down that route. You know, you wanna teach them there's more. You want to teach them that you can be better than what you think or what people say about you. And the process, it was the same. Like, it's an essay, and showing that you're part of the community too. And what else was there? I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. Just being there and all, just being there for your people and your community and your tribe and your family. Yeah.
And how many of you are there? So I see two of you
Oh,
here today.
me and the little princess Jayla. There's two of us, and she would say the same thing too. She's really part of the community, and her mom helps out all the time. So yeah, that's about it.
And you mentioned that you passed your crown on.
Yeah, in December, I passed it down to whoever the new princess is gonna be. So I was for 2 years, and the next princess is gonna be for 2 years too. She gets a new crown, so I'm excited for that.
Nice. And do all of you do that?
Oh, yeah. I give up my crown actually the end of December as well. Yeah. So,
And who makes these?
Verdi made mine. I don't really know her, but her name's Verdi. Just throw her out there. Cool. She made it. She did really good.
All of them are so beautiful.
Someone named Bridget made mine.
Nice.
Mine was made by Fawn Piper.
Oh, amazing.
mine was made by a community member, Kylie Andreas. She made my crown.
Wow. And then mine was made by a birdie as well, but she's from Cherokee, I believe. Very nice. Well, TM is Loretta's second favorite crime, I think. I'm out on the record. We can edit it. So I think that I want to ask, what made you, this is basically your essay question, but what made you decide to become Indian royalty or a Native American princess, or whatever your title is in your community? And why did you want to do it? And kind of what are you doing with it?
So as a young girl growing up on the reservation, I really was passionate about art. I feel like all of us as natives, we have that natural artistic instinct in all of us. And so that was something that I really looked forward to pursuing. And I didn't really believe in myself that I could go to college, I didn't have people to look up to that, oh, my mom went to college, my aunt, I know somebody in college. Like, I didn't have that growing up. So, a lot of the times we as like Native youth, we kind of take things upon ourselves. And I feel like this generation in particular, having the conversations we did earlier today, really shined the light on, we're really focused on breaking cycles. This generation in particular, we're putting a lot of that work in. And so pursuing college was something that, in my family was breaking a cycle. And, I wanted to go for UCLA because UCLA really stood out to me. I was like, this campus is so beautiful. They have such a great Native American community there too. And so I went for it. I reached for the stars, and I'm going to do the UCLA. And, I'm in college. I work really hard to navigate, being a Native student. Often you're the front runner of your classes as far as, Native American studies. They want to pick your brain apart, and you're teaching the class rather than being, learned. So, I wanted to pursue this just to really bring that home and motivate our youth that, this is something that you can do. You can go to college, you can get your bachelor's and master's, and no degree or certificate is too small. If you want to pursue vocational school, you want to be an electrician, a cosmetologist, anything like that. And, I just really want to have this platform to be that voice for them and to be that figure, that it is possible. Just be a motivator and, something that I didn't have that I felt like would have made a big difference. It would have got my college inspiration a lot sooner if I had, met more successful people in college. And so that's really my main goal. And right now I'm pursuing nursing, something I'm also passionate about with my age right now. Coming into the age where we're living in multi-generational homes. So we're taking care of grandma and grandpa and our dads. And that's something that I'm seeing more. So as a nurse, I would really like to push health and wellness to my community and to just let them know what kind of resources are out there for school, and also what you can do on a smaller micro level as far as how to help these multi-generational homes, how to take care of our elders that we're having to take care of now. So That's my goals. Just kind of representing Natives in college and, hopefully just to inspire and reach out to the younger generations that were kind of in my same shoes, and hopefully to push them into health and wellness and pursue nurses and doctors, because that's something that is really needed. We need our own people taking care of us. So that's my goal, and that's why I really wanted to be a part of it.
That's very
My goal as Miss Bishop Paiute Tribe was to create a bridge between the youth and with the adults, the school, Saracosa Community College, to the tribe, and to the middle school, elementary school, and high school that are just in my communities, and vice versa. So that there's more of a welcoming environment for the Native youth. We already do have our Native American liaisons there, and NASA clubs, and Numu Life Skills that's there with the kids. But we usually get taught like the same thing over and over, just like the regular Numu Paiute and Wikimandu, like that's who I am, where I'm from, but we don't really teach our history. What happened in our valley, how we got moved out of the valley, going to Fort Tizone, how we have relatives across the Eastern Sierras, the first ranchers coming into the Inyo County, learning about that, talking about that, telling the youth about that, of our Paiute history, was one of my goals and is one of my goals that I wanted to accomplish. And I've been working a lot with different, little organizations within the community, Mono, Inyo counties, and just learning about these different significant events that my people went through. And so that I know that just not only for being Miss Bishop Paiute Tribe, but for my own knowledge, and that I could pass that down to the younger generations, to the little ones that we have, because we're going to be that next one in lines. So I came to that realization that I got to talk to my elders, I got to talk to my aunties and my uncles, and know their stories, know what they know about our traditions, so that I could pass that down to my little sister or my little niece or nephew that is just, that's there now. And I got to be that next influence. And that was my main goal, is to be there for the youth, be a voice for the youth, and also reteach our traditional history to Indigenous folks and non-Indigenous folks.
So I wanted to be a Native American princess because it would allow me to have a voice in the community and allow other people to have a voice, like the youth. Like there's not many opportunities for them around our community. Our elders too. I feel like sometimes they're forgotten about. So one of my main priorities is finding ways to get the elders more involved, finding things for them to do, ways for us to help them. Like they want to get out of their houses. They don't want to just sit there all day. And I also want to, since I am a student at the high school, I want to bring the culture into the school more. Like they say that they're adding ethnic studies into English, but I feel like they should be doing more. And I've been working with the school, trying to help just get our culture taught more, talked about more, so everyone knows it, and not just the Native American students. Because I think being where we are, it's such a big part of our area and the people there, and everyone who lives there should know.
That must be hard.
Mm-hmm. It is.
How many Native kids are at your school?
Just over 100, I think. We have about 550 students. There's quite a few, but not all of them are like active members in their tribes, or
Are they mostly from the local tribe?
yeah, a lot from that.
Nice. And what kinds of elders programs or elders access that you're thinking about?
Definitely activities for them, like bingo.
Nice. They love bingo.
And just more events that help support them. We did this at the summer work experience program. We made desserts and delivered them to a few elders, like simple things like that. With the youth going out and connecting with the elders, I think that would be a great thing to see more.
They all are taking on quite a lot for such young people. I'm talking about the youth like they're not youth. That's great. Okay, same question. What inspired you to become royalty in your community, and also what's your priority?
What inspired me to run for Daughter Morongo was I've always been involved. I've always gone to a lot of powwows, and I grew up bird dancing, so I've always seen the older generation of Daughter Morongo all get passed down, and I've always thought it was beautiful, and I've always wanted to run, but this was the first year I actually had a chance to, so I'm really glad I did. I actually wrote my essay last minute too. So
We're procrastinators all need. As long as it gets done, that's what matters.
yeah, so I'm a real last minute, but I was so glad that I won, because my priority was to I've seen a lot of things changing recently, and so I've wanted to like keep what I've learned around, and I've learned from elders who grew up on the reservation, and so just seeing things change, like little things, but knowing that's never how it was, I wanted to keep how I learned. Well, not just like how I learned, but I've learned from the older elders, and I think that I think we should keep how they taught us around, and I don't think that it should change. And
I'm sure they agree.
so that's kind of what my priority was, because I want to keep things how they are, and I see a lot of things of cultures, like not cultures, but different things intertwining, and they're like two different things. So I think I don't know how to put it into words, but
Sounds like you want your people to remember who they are.
yeah, I want it not to stay the same, because it wasn't always good, but what should stay the same, like our language, I want to keep it around, how we dance, our style of dance, so
We're gonna dance tomorrow.
yeah, and our school on the res, I will be teaching like the students there. I'll be going there like every week to bird dance for the school, and just teach like the little kids how I was taught, and just pass it down.
Very nice. Good job. Same question. What made you decide to pursue being royalty, and what's your priority?
What made me pursue was just speaking up for the youth, being their voice, like showing that we're here and we're not going to give up. I love to represent for them, and the elders too. I love seeing them be proud and congratulating and just calling all of us beautiful, and it's really amazing, like having this opportunity. Like, I'm really glad to be here too. It's very special, and I'm honored to be here. And what was the question? I'm sorry.
What's your priority? What inspired you to be royalty?
Seeing other royalty, actually. I've seen them go out and represent and, speak their native tongue, their language. I love that so much. And then seeing our royalty, like, going out. The last Princess Maria, she, like, was, how do I say it too? she's beautiful. I just loved everything she did. I loved the way she represented, and I knew that's how I wanted to do it too. And I really just want the youth to know that, hey, like, don't be afraid, don't be scared, don't be nervous. You are who you are, and you should be proud of your people, because, you know, we all love each other. We should love each other. We should represent. We should, you know, keep our culture alive, because that's what we really need, especially now. You know, I feel like nobody really wants to, you know, kind of be a part of it, and maybe are afraid, but, you know, there's no reason to be afraid. Like, I'm still learning too, and, you know, she's learning too as well. And yeah.
Do you think people are, what do you mean by they're afraid? Is that they think they don't know enough?
Like, they think they don't know enough, or like people are going to judge them. And I used to think that too, you know, people would judge, but now I realize, like, people are in their own world, and, you know, they'll help you if they help you, and if they don't, they don't. Basically. But I mean, it's been really beautiful, like, doing all this and representing and getting to meet everybody. I love it. And yeah, that's it.
Wow. Very well spoken. Well, my stomach is starting to rumble loud enough that you might all hear it. So I'm going to, I think, do a wrap-up questions. Do you have any questions you wanted to ask them?
No. Actually, yes, I do.
Oh, nice.
I do.
Okay, we'll be here another hour.
I mean, but I feel like it's kind of already been answered. But I'd like to know, like, what's your favorite part about being royalty? Could be the crown, could be both, being in parades. But I just want to hear, like, you know, the fun element of it, and, like, what's your favorite part about being royalty?
I would say just how much you learn and how much you grow as a person carrying a title. You make so much amazing memories, and you know, it's not as accessible as if you weren't royalty. So royalty just kind of comes with its opportunities, and just those amazing memories that you make, and the really great relationships that you make along the way. And you know, you realize that you're not so alone in the world, and, you know, there's other girls that you know, are representing right alongside of you, their families and where they're from and their traditions. And I think that's my favorite part, is just learning all the different cultures that, you know, we're surrounded by here. So that's my favorite part. My favorite part is definitely making an impact to the Native youth, because I also been in parades. Parades are fun. How many? Too many. I know. It's like, she has to get back the crown. She wants it back. I did the Mule Days Parade. I did the California Indian Days Parade. I went to the Tuba City Western Navajo Nation Parade too. I have the Winter Parade coming up. I have to do that. And this one, I wanted to do this one, but I have a show to go to.
You just juggle your fashion.
Yeah, to juggle it a bit. But yeah, I have 4 parades in the books. That's going to be by the end of my reign. But also just making the impact to the Native youth, specifically because I brought up the parades because it's a story. During the California Indian Days Parade, I was riding my horse, or not my horse, but a horse from somebody in the community. And at the end of the parade, I just kind of just stayed around with the lady and the horse and the other lady that I rode with. And little kids, they were coming up to us because they were part of the parade too. Like, they just got done with their float, so they're hopping off their float. They want to see the horse, or they want to look at the princess on the horse, you know. So, and I had this one little girl specifically come up to me, and she didn't really say much to me. Her mom, or I don't know who she was, if it was her auntie, grandma, or her guardian, I could say, but she was there with her. And she was just like, she wanted to meet you. Like, she saw your crown and she just thought, like, it was so pretty, and she just wanted to say hi to you. And then I said hi to her. I just thought it was just like any regular reservation girl. But she came from down south. She just moved to the reservation back home, and she was afraid of being brown. She didn't like the fact that she was brown. She was struggling with that. She didn't understand that there could be brown princesses, that
you know, that her skin color is just like, she just didn't understand, like, you know, like, I don't want to be brown. Like, the community that she raised in, like, made her, like, dislike the color of her skin. And that hurt my heart. And I was like, man, I was like, really? And I was like, you're just a little girl. Like, you're younger than my youngest brother. He's 8. And she was just a little one. And I was like, well, you know what? And I was like, brown is powerful. Brown is beautiful. You are beautiful. You're a princess, you know? I was like, keep on going and learn your culture. And the Big Pine, they just had their youth their Big Pine Youth Powwow Princess pageant. And she was one of the little girls that ran for one of the categories for the princess. And I just thought that was amazing because she was in her little camp dress. She was wearing her collar. She said her stuff in her Paiute language. She's learning to be brown. She's learning the part of being indigenous. She's embracing her indigenous culture. And I made an impact to that little girl. So that is my best or my favorite part about being a princess. It's just making an impact to the youth, and seeing that change with them has been my favorite part in my journey.
Wow. Amazing.
Are you crying yet?
No, I got a little teary-eyed, but I'm going to keep it together.
I guess I would say my favorite part is definitely being more involved in our community and our tribal events. We recently had our Fandango. And
the Fandango is kind of like a fiesta. It's like a big party for your community.
Yeah, pretty much. And we had a small parade, just went down the main street on our reservation. Then there was a volleyball tournament, horseshoes, archery, all the fun stuff, a community dinner. And it was great being able to, I was there through the whole thing, and it was, I'd never done stuff like that before, and I was there all 3 days that it was going on, and helping serve people food, helping set up tables, judge the contests, help people, take pictures with people, talk to people. It was just great being able to hang out and talk to everyone and see what was going on and just be involved and help people out. I think that's my favorite part.
That's beautiful. What's your favorite part?
I have to say my favorite part is definitely little kids coming up to me and asking to take pictures. It makes me so happy, and like, I don't know, makes me feel like a real princess. Like seeing little kids come up to me and like just admiring me, it like makes me want to cry. Yeah, I don't know, like being an ambassador for my tribe. I don't know. It makes me really happy, and like just knowing that I'm there and I get to represent. Yeah, and like I like when people interview me. Like, I've had a few people at my powwow actually come up to me and ask to interview me for like school projects or like different things. And I think like the different questions they ask me is like, okay, like I've never been asked that, and so I like to think about it, and like, I don't know, I like getting asked questions and like getting asked about me, basically. Yeah, like,
Should I ask you more questions?
no, not right now. No, but yeah, I think definitely that, like, having people ask about me and my culture, and I get to talk about my people and what we do, where I come from, how we do things, like the style I dance. Like, I like getting to talk about those things.
Yeah, it's nice to be proud of where you come from.
Yeah, and it makes me really proud just to embrace it and like go around different areas talking about it and sharing it.
That's great. You represent us well.
Thank you.
What was the question? Sorry.
It's your question.
I was like, I'm used to Christina asking y'all the question. The question is, what's your favorite part about being royalty, and like, what's the fun part of just your
wrong answer?
I mean, I could say the same about. I have the same answer for all of it too. The crown is a bonus. It's beautiful. I love wearing it. The little kids, I love the little kids coming up saying, oh my God, you're a princess. Oh my God, like, where are you from? You're so beautiful. Your crown. Oh my God. Like she said, it'll make you cry. It'll literally make you cry. And just makes me happy just being out there. And hey, I'm from TN. We're here. I'm here. We're all here. And I don't have much. That's it.
That's great. Well, you all are really well spoken and you represent your communities really well. So we just want to commend you on that. We have 2 more things. The first thing is, have you all practiced your waves for tomorrow? At the lake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Teach us those. We're practicing too, but
yeah. We are going to be throwing gummies out.
Yeah.
So we got to throw in.
Yeah. And then the last thing was, I think we have a statement from a former princess that you wanted to read.
Okay, it's pretty long, so I'll just read it. Dear Governor Newsom and the tribal youth present, my name is Tori McConnell. That's how you said that name?
I think it is. Let me see.
Tori McConnell, yeah. Mm-hmm. Tori McConnell. I just turned 25 years old. I am Yurok and Kurok. I am an enrolled member of the Yurok tribe, and I am from Eureka, California. I am a graduate of UC Davis and a current graduate student at Cal Poly Humboldt. What brings me you today is my role as the most recent former Miss Indian World 2023-2024. This is my most prestigious title for young Native women ages 18 through 25. I am only the second California Indian and the first Yurok citizen in history to carry this title. I completed my reign this past April 2024. It was a reign in which I learned and traveled, uplifting California Indian people and sharing myself and culture with all. In February 2024, during my reign as Miss Indian World, my family experienced one of the worst things my family can imagine. My younger brother, Jeffrey McConnell, went missing in Southern Oregon. My brother has struggled with mental illnesses. Insufficient resources in Humboldt County failed repeatedly to help him through the hardest time in his life. Repeated failure year after year led to the worsening of his conditions, which exacerbated his status at an at-risk youth. However, the events that led to his disappearance were suspicious, eventually accumulating in the inevitable nightmare that no family would want to endure: my missing brother, a missing son. Unfortunately, my brother is not an isolated case. Imagine this issue is so preserved that even Miss Indian World, the carrier of the most prestigious title, the representative of Indian country, was directly affected. That's how pervasive these issues are. The problems that we face in California today are vast and not easy to comprehend. They are the results of the state-sanctioned genocide of the late 1800s, as well as years of colonization post-genocide. Not only do Native people suffer from these systematic problems, but so does the average citizen. No one can get into counseling. The mental hospital in Humboldt County has only 19 beds. The homeless population per capita is one of the highest, and it's only growing. As Governor of California, I'm asking you to address the roots on the issue of the mental health crisis in the Humboldt County. This is an emergency. We need an emergency plan and a task force. We need to reestablish mental health care that was previously dissolved, and we need to devise the new system to take care that work even better than before. We need unrestricted funds for
reduction. We need unrestricted funds for helping families find their missing relatives and children. Most families are living paycheck to paycheck, unlike you. Most families can't even afford to search for their missing relatives and don't get support to even do so through the state claims in solving the missing and murdered Indigenous peoples crisis is a priority. My brother is now home and safe thanks to the work of my parents in finding him without help or assistance from any organizations or agencies that put forth interest in this case. But there are others out there who are still missing and thousands suffering from the severe deficiency in access to care in our area. California has one of the largest economies in the world and cutting edge of the modernity. Countries in Europe that are much smaller than California are able to carry their people efficiently. So why can't we? I believe it is possible. I have faith in our state to make it right. I have more to share, but out of respect for everyone's time, I would like to conclude my writing today with a statement of gratitude for our youth participating in the truth and healing efforts put forth by California State. It is the true condition that the California natives find ourselves in today is a reflection of Health California's lands, waters, and policies. Bringing life in our lands, waters, and policies brings life not only to California's Indigenous peoples, but to everyone. Wokowe for your time. I probably said butchered that, but wokola for your time. Work a passion. I'm looking forward for all of us to being a part of the solution to secure a better future in the beloved homelands of our beautiful state. Sincerely, Tori Jane McCowell. And honestly, I would agree with her too. Mental health is a very shadowed area in most Indigenous reservations. A lot don't have the access to therapy. A lot of us don't talk about our feelings, and I know probably most of us know of a case of a suicide within our communities, case of alcoholism losing in our communities, and that all comes down to our state of mind and how we are and how we live. So I completely agree with her on shining that light on mental health within Indigenous communities, youth and adults too, because we all suffer through the same trauma. Well, we all went through the same thing. Our people have the same stories of getting transported to different areas, losing our language, losing our culture, losing our elders, and just keeping that in mind, just as at a bigger state level, that these communities are struggling with their mental health. We don't have the extra funds, to go get therapy, to go talk to somebody. With working with Saracosa, we were fortunate enough to work with Kiana so that she could be our therapist to the youth. But I'm my first year in college, and that's the first time we've ever seen something like that. The first time we've had a NAS person representing Native Americans in a super high populated area for Native Americans, I would say, Barely people are getting introduced into the school, and they don't know the struggles that they have to face on having to accomplish that. The mind, our mind is not really always there. And sometimes it gets us mad, I would say, just sitting in a classroom. It gets me mad sitting in a classroom listening to somebody teaching our history that's not our people. They're misinterpreting our history. I agree with Sienna, how there isn't much of our culture in our K through 12 education system. It's kind of, I feel like it's, when they do it during Native American Heritage Month, it's just we have to do it. But it's something you should do all the time. At one point at our school, I heard this, I don't know if Sienna knows this, but during the history class, they would bring a member of the tribe and have them teach a little bit of our history to that class. But it was only during Native American Heritage. That is the only time they did that. And then once I got into school, that's when they stopped doing that. And so why aren't you guys doing that now? Why is there somebody here talking about our culture? Because Bishop California, Paiute is just rich, full of history, war, bloodshed that needs to be talked about within the kids too. They only know about the regular overseas wars, battles that are going on there, but they don't know about the Indian wars that went on before colonization, before the Europeans actually came and pushed westward. They don't know about the French and Indian wars, the battles between all the tribes, the great leaders that we had, Sitting Bull, Wovoka, Chief Joseph, Red Cloud, all of them, they all made an impact, and now we're here basically walking in their footsteps, wanting to reteach our traditions. But what we've been put through made a big toll on our mind. We're disconnected spiritually, not really physically too. Even with our families, we don't really communicate with our families so much, and we need to be able to shine light onto that and be able to come together, talk with one another, heal with each other, talk about our culture, present our culture, and just basically revitalize all of us as Native peoples and just present that in the best ways that we can.
Thank you. Yeah, please. And thank you for carrying that message and for keeping us accountable to all Native communities. I think Loretta and I have family that are in similar situations, and so we carry that with us in our work. But I think much like all of you, we're also navigating spaces that aren't intended for us. And so we're going to keep advocating for all of you. Really, really appreciate highlighting those issues, because it's too much for even one person to be suffering through that. And so, we're going to keep thinking about how to make the state more accountable to that and to you all. But also, I think, we want to think about how can those services be provided in a way that will be, I think you mentioned a little bit, sometimes we just don't even talk about it. And so by the time it's an issue, it's too late, and so I think we would love to continue these conversations, and any of these spaces that you all want to be a leader in, we would welcome you in. And so, as we have the ability to have people inform these conversations about mental health, about resources in rural areas, about being able to have people like Kiana provide services that feel comfortable for us, we would love to invite you into those spaces to be a voice as well.
Want to add anything?
Just seconding that, we are here as a resource. I think you all have my email and phone number at this point. But please, it's an open door. We're here just for even just advice. We both went to college, we both went to law school, so anything
was not great.
Yeah, but we're here to help you through and just to be that resource, because I know, for myself, I didn't have that either.
Here. Well, and I think moving forward, you all are carrying very big obligations. You have a lot of expectations on your shoulders. A lot of people look up to you, but you need to remember that you have people that want to help you too. And so as you're kind of thinking about how to address these challenges, from our perspective, you're all kids and we want to help you. So if you need help, ask for help, and we are happy to do whatever we can for you and your communities. So please don't be shy. You have our emails now.
And personal cell phone numbers. Mine at least.
And I encourage you guys to keep doing this, though. This is the first time we've had a royalty roundtable meeting, and I feel like the more years that this goes on, if that even happens, that would be great. If that happens, numbers will show. The girls will start showing up. So maybe we could open up to the warriors, because they are warriors. I know some Stillwater, they have warriors, Morongo, and things like that, but they're we're ambassadors for the youth, you know, just to keep this going on. It could be powerful. It could be really powerful to have a room full of indigenous youth of royalty talking about ourselves, you know, kind of funny, but talking about how we got brought up, talking about our communities, talking about how we live, you know. It's just our culture, it needs to be documented, you know. This is like any other culture, like how it would be, and it's just great how we're making the first steps to have that, you know, even just in the books, and it's really awesome. And I hope that this keeps going on. I give it my title here shortly, you know, so I just hope to keep seeing these girls come in. Definitely I'm going to encourage the next Miss Bishop Paiute tribe, if there's this another event happening or have her come, I'm going to really encourage that. And just within other royalties around the community, just to keep representing ourselves and our communities, still saying our concerns, using our voices.
Great. Well, thank you for planting that seed. And because this was something that came from you.
Yeah.
And so just really thank you for voicing, like, your voice is important, and even just like casually mentioning it to us. We were like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. It was so casual. Let's
occupy a mansion.
Yeah. One little question, I was like, have you ever talked to any other California indigenous royalty? And it led to, we're in a mansion.
So you never know. Always use your voice.
I can guarantee that there have not been any kinds of convenings like this in this mansion ever. And so
yeah, especially
you are creating like history right now. Anything anyone wants to say before we stop filming and then you can all eat? No? Well, thank you, all of you. We really had a really nice time getting to know you all tonight. We're really excited to see you tomorrow. Really excited to see your blossoming career on the runway. Really excited to get some details about some of the jewelry you all make. And I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.